when are we going to arrest him? Petronilla walking down the street in that fur coat, carrying a hat box in the middle of summer.
What do you need another hat for?
It's not another hat, it's my chamber pot.
Oh,
I just don't feel at home without it.
Now everyone, a few things, quickly. We have to get settled before 8. Sit down, please. First about the noise. While the workmen are in the building from 8 to 6, you must remain completely quiet. So no shoes, and move around only when absolutely necessary. We can't run any water, and we can't flush the toilet in the WC. The pipes run down to the warehouse, and every noise can be heard.
Only one toilet? For all of us?
And please, no trash can ever be thrown out. We'll burn everything in the stove at night. We can't go outside. We can't look out a window. No coughing. And if possible, no fevers. Remember, we can never call a doctor here. That is the way we must live until it is over. But after 6, we can talk, laugh, play games, move around just as we would at home. This will be our common room, a place where we meet to have supper as one family.
one family. I love that.
Now why don't we get settled? As Mr. Von Don and I discussed, this floor will be the Von Don home and the lower floor the Frank home. Peter, I know your space is tiny. You won't be far from your parents. Actually, I'm glad you brought your cat. Meep warns us that there could be rats.
Rats? Oh, good gracious.
I'm sure Mushy can handle a few rats. Come, Petronilla, let's go up to the attic and clean our dishes down. All of our boxes are up there.
Never, never can we thank you, Mr. Frank. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to us.
You can't imagine how your husband helped me when I first came to Amsterdam. Not knowing a soul, unable to speak the language, I could never repay him. Besides, he's been an excellent business partner.
Well, that's true.
Good gracious, it's hot.
If you coat off for 1 minute, you'd be a lot cooler.
Rest, Edith. You haven't closed your eyes since yesterday. Nor you, Margot.
Lysa, Father. Isn't that funny? Even though I knew it was last night in my own bed.
You could sleep through anything. Now take your shoes off before you forget. You too, Peter. Shoes.
You're sure you're not tired? Mother, please. I'm fine. Hey, what are you doing?
Getting rid of it.
You can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your straw on.
Who's going out? Now I don't have to be branded.
You're right. I don't need it anymore. Remember when it all started? People tried to look through the way, but somehow their eyes always ended right there. Ugh, I never saw this on so tight.
The day they made us wear that star was the worst day of my life.
Look, it left a mark. Do you know Nellie Gosser?
No,
Joe B. Wall?
never heard of her.
Oh, but you've heard of me?
Well, my father is your father's business partner.
You've heard of me, you've heard of me. I'm famous.
That's true in a way.
What do you mean?
And you mustn't bother, Peter.
Bothering him? Mushy, mushy, mushy.
Mushy either. Tonight we'll have our first real supper here together.
Thank you.
He's awfully shy.
You'll like him, I know.
You better. He's the only one I'm going to see for. My movie star's baby, remember? My diary. Oh, I forgot to pack pencils.
Anne, no! You can never go down those stairs.
It was only for.
Never, Anne. That is what going into hiding means. One mistake costs us our lives.
I know, Father.
Every day, Meep and Mr. Collin will bring us food, books, and precious company. Friends, Anne. It's rare these days. If the Nazis knew they were hiding us, they'd be deported too.
Your fountain pen.
Your fountain pen now.
Pin, what a darling you are.
All those bags of beans and potatoes? Is that what we'll be eating every night? Not much variety, is there?
Don't listen to her. What she can do with beans and potatoes, my wife's a great cook.
Lucky for us.
Even with beans, you'll see. Oh, am I going to miss those gourmet meals.
Please stop exaggerating.
The women seem content, don't they?
You can never tell with women. But I think we'll be all right.
Good. Mrs. Von Don, we'll meet here at 6 and start preparing supper.
6 o'clock, yes.
Come away from the kitchen, Petronella. The workmen will be here any moment.
Oh no, maybe it's a mistake. All of us going into wedding together. They say it's better for families to separate. That way, if we're betrayed, at least the children
The
are killed.
children would never have understood if we had separated. They could not have borne it. No more than we. Come now. We must be quiet.
Are you alright, Margot? I'm still shaking. Feel my hands.
Don't worry. We're here now. I can't take you away.
Yes.
We're here. It's the silence that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house, a step on the street, I'm sure they're coming for us. I wander from room to room, feeling like a songbird whose wings have been calf, keeps hurling itself from its cage. Let me out where there's fresh air and laughter. Then I run to choose where not. Paradise. It was quiet as baby voice. Who would have dreamed Quicksilver would have to sit still for hours and once more could? At last.
What were you writing that was so funny? Nothing about me, I hope. Can't I take a peek?
No, Mrs. Von Don.
Not even a little peek?
Not even a little peek, Mrs. Von Don.
All right, fine. I'm going to use the WC.
Have you seen my shoes?
Shoes?
You took them, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I?
Definitely. Just wait till I get you.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Oh, you're strong. But you won't get them away from me. You didn't think I was so strong, did you? Uh-oh, I'm making you mad. You're getting really mad now. Anne! Peter! Come on, Peter, dance with me.
I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I don't want any lessons.
Please.
I have to get Mushi his supper.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around when he eats.
I'll be quiet, quiet as a little mouse. He likes mice, doesn't he?
No!
Anne, you shouldn't play with Peter like that. It's not dignified. I don't want to be dignified. You complain I don't treat you like a grown-up, but when I do, you resent it. I just want to have some fun. What's the matter with that boy?
He's not used to girls, especially one like our Anne. Give him time.
How much time does he need? You dance with me, Margot.
I have to help with supper.
No, if we don't practice, we'll forget.
All right, all right.
See, everyone? Mark was the real dancer in the family.
Ah, dancing. Where's Peter? In his room? His father will kill him if he catches him in there with that cat again. Anne, darling, do me a favor, get Peter out of his room. Peter. Oh, Peter.
What is it?
Your mother wants you to come out.
You know what your father says.
I'll feed Mushi.
Right. Just give him his supper and come right out.
Now, Peter. Is there any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother! Please.
Look, he's blushing.
Crazy. She's only 13.
So, you're 16. Your father's older than I am. I tell you, Mr. Frank, if this war lasts much longer, we're liable to be related. Oh, I think I have a run here.
Some run.
Good evening, everyone. I wish I could stay for supper, but I'm so shy I can really get
All
along.
right, I heard about you. How you talked so much in class, Mr. Casey called you Miss Quack Quack and made you write a composition. Quack, 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 said Miss Quack Quack.
Well, go on. Tell them the rest. That was so good he read out loud to our class and all his other
I
classes.
know about you, always joking,
I don't always joke.
always making fun of, mocking people. Quack, quack, quack.
I don't always...
Oh, you're the most infuriating boy I've ever met. That's right, Anne. You give it to him.
With all the boys in the world, I had to get locked up with
Quack,
him.
quack, quack, and from now on, stay out of my room.
And...
Excellent in history, Anne, and in Latin.
Meep's not here yet.
The workmen only left a little while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Again? I saw you in there, playing with that cat.
He just went in there for 1 second. He's
Really?
been out here all afternoon working on his French.
How did I do in algebra?
I think we both better give up on algebra.
How did I do? How do you always do? Brilliant.
You might have used the subjunctive here.
Where? Mrs. Von Don, may I try your coat? And
Of course you may. My father bought me that coat the year before he died. He always bought the best money could buy.
did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married? And it's not courteous to ask personal questions. Why not? I had a throng of admirers who couldn't keep their eyes off me.
I can imagine. Our house was always swarming with boys. I remember the summer when I was 16.
Oh God, here we go again.
Who's talking to you? We had a big house in Bremerhaven. The boys came buzzing like bees around the honey pot. My father was very worried with some of the boys around. He used to tell me, if any of them gets fresh, you tell him, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Very good. All right, that's enough.
What have you got to write about that's so important all the time? How much does a 13-year-old have to say?
Just because someone's young doesn't mean they don't have anything to say, Mr. Von Don.
Please, can't I have any privacy?
Petronella, can you please tell me what could possibly be so private?
Well, you know how it is at that age, Pootie. Everything's private, even brushing your teeth.
I just hope she doesn't write anything about me in that private diary of hers.
Don't be ridiculous. Really, Pootie? You're so childish sometimes.
Still haven't finished your French yet? You ought to be ashamed.
I know, I'm a hopeless case.
You are not hopeless. He is not hopeless. He just doesn't have anyone to help him, like the girls do. Maybe you could, Mr. Frank.
I'm sure his father.
Not me. He won't listen to me.
What do you say, Peter?
Oh, you're an angel, Mr. Frank. I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one over there.
Come, Peter. Show me which chapter you're on.
Now you listen to Mr. Frank, Peter. Mr. Frank is a highly educated man.
Aren't things hard enough? Aren't things hard enough without you sprawling all over the place?
If you didn't smoke so much, Pootie, you wouldn't be so ill-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
So don't tell me you used up all those cigarettes.
One package. Meep only brought one package.
You're smoking, I'm owing money.
Will you shut up? What are you staring at?
I've never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled and it wore off when you grew up.
This isn't a quarrel. It's a discussion. And I've never heard children so rude before.
Rude? Me? I don't know how you can say that when Anne, dear, would you please bring me my knitting? I must remember to ask me for more wool. I have a library book for her to return, and I need some hairroom and soap. Please, Meep, get me some starch, some biscuits, a movie star magazine. Tell us all the latest news, Meep. Meep. It's a wonder Meep has a life of her own. Did you know she's engaged to someone called John? She's crazy about him, but terrified the Nazis will take him to Germany to work on a war plan. That's what they do with holy young Dutchmen these days. They just pick them up off the streets and...
Can you try keeping still for 5